Up is Rebelbeatbox with throat beat. So I was inspired by Tibetan throat singing a long time ago, and I've incorporated it in my beatbox. And very few people use it in the scene, and I would say very, very, very few have mastered it. So if I hear you going out there and using some of this Tibetan throat singing, a Mongolian throat singing, whatever the hell you want to call it, into your beatboxing, I'll know where it came from, and I'll be greatly humbled. You don't even got to give me a shout out or anything. As long as I know that you've watched this, it's touched you, and you put it in your music, I feel like I've done something for the world, and I changed the music, and that's what I'm setting out here to do today. So I've been practicing this one for a long time, this sound, and I want to share it, and I'm going to show you guys how. And it's not easy. It's going to tear up, okay? It's going to rip up your vocal cords, and it's going to hurt. It's going to feel like you just swallowed a mouthful of Doritos and you didn't chew them, all right? It's going to suck, and you have to callus your vocal cords. So this is going to take a long time and a lot of practice, and you have to practice, I would say, daily and maybe every other day, at least several times a week. And if you don't, you're going to tear up your vocal cords again. It's going to suck. It's feel like you're sick, and it's going to make you susceptible to being sick too, because you're literally tearing up your vocal cords when you do this. But they callus up, and then you can do it at any time, and you can stretch them out, and you can just get deeper and have more volume and more depth to your throat singing. I would say towards my beatboxing that it's like listening to a car stereo system, and you've been listening to bass boosted songs, and you're jamming out, and then one day you decide to take the leap and you get a 15-inch subwoofer, and then you listen to that same song. The difference just vibrates. You can shatter the glass inside your car out of nowhere. That is what this does to beatboxing, I feel like. It changes it. It makes it dubstep. And you can, like I was mentioning in one of my other videos, the wow, 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 that you can bend the sound, because it is just like your voice. It's your voice. Just if I was to say wow, whoa, whoa, whoa. So it comes from way down here. So your regular vocal cords, the vibrations are around your Adam's apple and above it. This is going to be coming from way down low, below your Adam's apple. And I did it how I'd say I calloused my vocal cords for it. I would make like the sound like and I know, and trust me, when I created this and started doing it and developed it, I did this alone, okay? Because I want you to literally like pretend like you're a cat coughing up a hairball, and you're getting that from deep. Okay, you're right now, you're trying to tear up your vocal cords and callus them and rip them up, just like you would if you're going to the gym. You gotta rip that muscle for it to heal over stronger. So you can go with a lot of different, I would say, how do I put this? If you were to like A-E-I-O-U for singing, this are more robust. So you'd go E and R and Ah, and that is ways that you can mouth this sound and for it to come out. And you're going to use, I would say, a low airflow, really low. As I mentioned in my other video, with you're putting your tongue against your roof of your mouth to make the roll, and you press tighter, and it makes that higher sound. So this is the same thing. You're expanding your throat, you're opening it up, You're bringing your Adam's apple down, and you can start with like a E or a ah or a ra or a re or some version of that. E. That is where I feel my vibration coming. Is right here. This is my Adam's apple. I'm feeling this right here. Now, like I said, to start it off, it's hard to just make that sound. And it starts how you can kind of build up, not only in callus your vocal cords in your throat, but build up, I would say the technique to be able to go that low is through the fur ball sound. Now see, I'm using my wobbles, and that's the wow, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. There's a dubstep phrase, the wobbles, to bend the throat singing, and I'm using my metronome to keep me on track and in tempo, and that helps with your wobbles because you're speaking when it all comes down. Wow, wow, so practice on your hairball. Practice on your hairball removal and get that down. And you have to, God, it's gonna be embarrassing. I promise you. You're gonna be sitting there. People are like, what the hell are you doing? But you know what? It's necessary. There's no way around it. It's gonna sound silly. You're gonna look silly. Just like with any beatboxing sound, you're gonna feel weird. But if that's something that you want to do, it's something that you got to go through. It's part of the learning process. Nothing ever sounds good right off the bat, especially beatboxing. It doesn't sound good sometimes years into it, and the more that you get into it, the worse that it sounds if you make any type of mistake. And a lot of people don't even realize that you make the mistake at all. It's because it's your music. You're the one that's freestyling it out or spitting it out and practicing it. You can understand if you make a mistake, but no one else can. They're not the one practicing it. A lot of people don't even understand what the hell you're even doing, or let alone able to follow you. So I want you to just let go of your pride. Practice other sounds once you get them down, and then jump in to your throat singing. Now there's different levels that you can go through it as well. As I mentioned, closing your gap and bringing it up, and I'm going to show you a version of that as well as throat whistling. I'm doing different versions of bringing my Adam's apple up, down, out, in, moving and opening my mouth and closing it, bending the sound, bending the vocals. Now I'm going to go into the whistling. This one's going to be tightening your vocals up, but still having them wide at the same time. It makes sense? You're closing them this way. You're closing them this way, but you're opening it this way. So this one is the throat whistling, you're going to be saying E, putting the tongue up against your molars, making a canal, and you're going to be pressing the back of your tongue up into the roof of your mouth while pushing the front part down, and you're basically going to be whistling through that little air duct while pressing out this immense pressure of air through this tiny yet long slit of air you've created in your vocals. So it's a high-pitched squeal and your low pitch at the same time. You're having multiple different frequencies come out of your mouth. Now you can do this while you're beatboxing. This is, and I apologize, this is one of my longer videos, but this is the essence of my beatboxing, this throat singing. And you can also have it come out of your nasal passage. That's one way that I like to do it if I'm doing a lot of percussion. If I'm using my clicking. Getting a little winded. So there is a lot of different variations you can go with this, a lot of different ways that you can bend with it, and it is an excellent filler. It is your subwoofer, and if you can master it, you will have a leg up over like 99% of all beatboxers. Every time I beatbox for anyone, my metronome and my throat bass blow everyone away. It's something that no other person has mastered those two like I have together. And that's why I thought that I would make this tutorial for you guys, why I would go on these tutorials to teach you my style. Now I may not have gone to any competitions, and I may not have made a ton of videos yet, but after I feel like I've mastered my craft, after so many years, it's time to get out and time to show you guys and time to change the world. So like, share, subscribe, and enjoy and amaze the hell out of your friends and families with your new hairball sound. your new hairball sound.